Hi y'all, Elsa here with just a few designs, and today I'm going to show you how I made this little cute little mini. It is something really simple. Did I just say simple? I keep doing that. Really simple little mini album, more like a brag book. It fits in your purse and absolutely no measuring because I use this little die right here. Steven from the UK, he has a shop, an online shop called craftAddictionuk.com. I will post the link in the bottom. He contacted me and asked me if I wanted to do a review, and I said sure. So this is what he sent me, and this made it really easy to do the pages because once again, no measuring, and all your pages will look uniform and they will all fit together, and these little holes right here cut out, so you don't have to go back and punch holes for your little mini. So I really enjoyed using this, and this will cut through 2 sheets of paper. I'll show you during the tutorial on how I made this. Really quick, really simple. I used another die and I'll show it to you also, but this is the finished product. And once again, I'm using the ring binders because you can keep adding to this just like we did with the other books that I made. Now I have a back and a front cover that are single pages, but for the most part they are all double pages here. This was a double page, but I'll show you later what I did with it. Now this one's, the ones that have the acetate on them, you can slide a picture in here. Okay, and I didn't do all of them like that. There are maybe 4 that have the acetate on them, and the acetate itself makes it for a really sturdy little book. Then I went ahead and did some stamping and some powder embossing there, and then I did stamping, something that I haven't done in a long time. Some of these pages are embossed, others I just put little ephemera there, and I put it so that the picture could go in the bottom. So with just very few cuts, you can have a whole bunch of pages here. Once again, it's stamped, a little heart, and it's more, would this be considered a junk journal where you could just write and add things and maybe glue on some coupons that you might like the designs on? And the reason I say that is because I saw a coupon the other day and it had some really pretty fairies on it, so I didn't want to use it. I kept it and asked me where it's at now. I have no idea. But anyway, so here's another one that has that for you to slide a picture, and this is the cutout from one of them. So I just used it as a holder, placeholder, because that's where a picture's gonna go. And then some flowers, and of course a butterfly because I love butterflies. Yes, ma'am. And the cut is really nice, really crisp, and you can really see it has the stitching all the way around it. And this one says, "You and dessert are my best things in life." My husband would go there. Okay, so see how the pages open, so you will have 2 pages per die cut. And here's another one where there's a picture and some acetate, and that one's also embossed. "You hold the key to my heart." Put my grandbaby there because, oh my god, I love my grandbabies. I got glue strings there, and then there's this sassy little, let me put a picture of my sister there. She's sassy, beautiful, and love. And anyway, you see really simple. And this I put so we could put the picture, I could put a picture underneath it like that. So it actually holds a lot of pictures, a lot of journaling that you might want to do. It's just really fun, really easy for the beginner. Once again, no measuring, which is perfect. But the only thing that you have to measure if you cut the sheets the way I did is that each sheet measures 4 inches across when I die cut. That's it. I think this is actually only 3 3/4 wide. Yeah, well, it's a little bit over, well, I'm gonna say 3.5. It's 3.5 wide, and at its longest point it is 4 3/4. So it's not really big. It's about the size of my hand, almost. I have huge hands, y'all. So anyway, stay tuned and I'll show you how I made it. Really simple, really easy. I think you'll get a kick out of it. You can make a whole bunch in no time. So my kind of project. So stay tuned. So the first time I did was that I used this die. It comes from craftaddictionuk.com. I'll post all the links in the bottom. This is what he sent me so that I could review it and see what I thought. And so far so good. This will cut through 2 sheets of paper, so you can cut 2 at a time, and it's a really nice crisp cut, and it has the little stitching line that you probably can't see on that one, but you can see it on this one. You see that? So far I am liking the die. It's sturdy, and I'm going to show you how I made that little mini. So for starters, to make your pages so that they open like I showed you in the book, you need to I cut my paper at 4 inches wide just so I could have enough, and it would cut all the way from one end to the other. So once you cut your paper, use whatever cutting machine you have, and I placed my paper right at the edge of the die. Let me see if I can get in closer to show you. Closer, not further. Okay. So you see how this has the stitching lines right there, and it has the stitching all the way around. It also has the outside blade, which is the side that cuts, the part that does the cutting to your paper. So when you get your paper and you fold it in half, the seam right here, you're going to place it right on top of the stitching line, but right below that cutting line. Okay. If you don't, then of course it's going to cut your paper in half. So that's what you want to do. I take a little washi tape just to hold my paper in place, because it's going to want to move when you put your other plate on top of it. So place it where you want it, and just put your little tape right there just to hold it. Now put your cutting plate over it, and when you run it through, yeah, my cutting plate has been loved a lot. You can really see how used it is. I actually need a new one, but anyway, it still works, so I'm going to keep using it. So there you go. So now what you have is this, and it cuts the little pre-holes for you right there. You can use this to make a banner, of course, but I wanted to make a little mini album out of it. And then it gives you this, which helps you to also make a card if you wanted it to be a card, you know, really simple. So okay, so I did that, and I cut a whole bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But this is just for video's sake. You can cut as many of them as you want and make your mini as thick as you want. Okay, so now that I have this, on some of them I had, like you saw, is a window. So I only did it to about four of the pages in here, and what I did was I used this die, and I got these from Tuesday Mornings, and they were $4.49, and I used the second to the biggest one, the second die in that set, and I just centered it on my little page right here, just like that, and ran it to the machine. Okay, so now I cut that, and keep these little things. You can use them for mats later, either in your book or somewhere else. So anyway, so that's it for the cutting. That's all I did. I have already pre-cut all my other ones for my mini album, and I did not cut the window on all of them. I left some that are just going to be whole pages so that we can do a little writing and put pictures on, but then some I did, and I'll show you how I made those pockets. Okay, now for the top and the bottom, for your covers of your book, I used a little bit heavier weight just craft paper, and these I did cut as I cut the whole thing out like this. I did not want them hinged as a page. These kind of projects are always fun for me because there's absolutely no measuring. Okay, so now I have my front and my back. Like this. So this is going to be the front of my book, and this is going to be the back of my book. Now I'm going to cut out 2 sheets of paper that will I'm going to cut 2 more. Actually, I'm going to end up cutting a total of 4. And I just love that this goes through 2 sheets. I haven't tried 3 sheets. I'm going to cut 2 more, and this is for the decorating the front and decorating the backs and the insides of the craft paper. As I was saying, I'm going to decorate these, and I'm using heavier cardstock, and I don't mind that I'm going to glue them together like this and like this, because it makes for a heavier cover when you start adding paper together, of course. So that's what I am aiming to do. So I'm going to cut 2 more of these in the same paper. Now, how much you cut and how many pages you make, it is totally up to you. At least you can start with just a few pages, and because we're going to put them on ring binders, you can keep adding pages as you go from now until eternity. You can just keep adding and adding and adding and adding. So now we have this. So far so good. Liking the dies. Okay. Now when he sent me that die, let me show you. This is how it arrived. It came in 2 pieces of cardstock, like this. It took, I'm going to say, about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks to arrive. Under 2 weeks, I'm going to say. Oh, for all my pages that have windows, like I said, I didn't put them on all of them. I just used a few that I put windows on. Okay. I have this piece of thick, what is this, plastic? This actually came on my iPad. It was part of the packaging, so I kept it because I thought, you know, you never know when I'm gonna want to use that. And sure enough, here it is. Okay, so all I did was cut a circle, not a circle. Don't cut circles if you have squares. I cut a square that was a little bit that overlapped the one that I have here, because you're going to put it in the back like this, and you just want it to cover and protect the picture that you're going to slide in there. So once I did the first one, just like this, I'm just going to use this as template and cut all my other ones. Okay, so, and you can use anything that you have. You do not have to go buy an iPad. I've been using that iPad so much. Oh my God, I just love it. But you know, I'm using it as a drawing tool instead as a mini computer, so it's a really expensive drawing tool. But I just love it. I bought the big one, the 12.9 inch one, because I am, oh, it's a secret. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm designing stickers, which I'm gonna show you. I'm designing planner stickers. I know that I'm a little late on the whole planner thing, but I'm doing some really cute stickers with owls and foxes and just stuff like that I want to show you. And I think I'm gonna do an Etsy store. What do you all think? Okay, so I needed 4. So I have 1, 2, 3. Let me cut one more. Oh, I gotta tell you, how many of you have seen the movie Breaking In? With Gabrielle, oh Lord, what's her name? Beautiful, beautiful girl. It's one of those movies that keeps you at the edge of your chair. It was so good. If you haven't seen it, you might want to mute me right now because I'm going to tell you about it. Somebody kills her dad. He's an older, rich guy. And she inherits the house. This beautiful mansion house, right? And she is driving to the place because she's going to meet the realtor there to sell it. And she's got her kids with her. A beautiful daughter and a son. And the movie starts right off the bat. There's bad guys in there. And they think they're going to mess with her. And man, she's a mama bear. You should see it. She goes after those guys like a beast, man. It's awesome because I always thought that's exactly what I would do. Anybody messes with my kids, I'm going to go ape crazy on anybody that does that. So anyway, so now that I have these cut and they fit correctly to cover the edge of my hole right there, then I'm going to decide which side I want to use for the inside and what do I want for the outside. And I think that's good. And I'm only going to do 1 or 3 sides. I'm going to do side, and bottom. Okay? Because you got to leave the top, right? Because that's where your picture's going to go. Put your glue down lower so that your picture will have a little lip right there to be able to sit in. Okay. So just like that. I hope that made sense. So anyway, that movie Breaking In, watch it. It is, but be ready because it's like non-stop action. It'll make you mad. Okay. Ah, no! Do you all see what I did? Ah, babosa. Okay, so let me see if I can pull this up. I just love it when I'm stupid crap like that. Okay, so actually you have to put in your little acetate paper in here. Ugh. Because that's what you're trying to glue down there. Okay, now close it up. Okay, so there we go. Okay. So now that's how you do them without the error that I did. Okay, so now when you drop in your photo in the back, it should drop all the way to the bottom. There, like that. See how it drops way past the lip right there? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All sorts of stuff. That is a piece of washi stuck to my acetate. Okay. All right, so that's one. So I'm gonna do that to all of them. I'm gonna put just a little piece. Okay, so now you have 2 of them. And that acetate also makes these sheets a little bit heavier, which is a good thing when you're doing a mini. You want really nice sturdy sheets of paper going in there for your pictures when you put your pictures in there. And then of course you can come in and just for now put in Put in a backing. See, that's what your picture's gonna look like. Okay, so 2 more to go. Okay, so now we have all the ones with the pockets done. The pocket on this one's going to be on the back. And you have your pages. Now let's do our front and our backs. Okay. So arrange your pages however you see fit. Put your little ring binder in here. And you're done. Now all you need to do is maybe a little stamping, a little decorating, maybe add a few flowers. You can keep adding things to your little book until you get it where you want it to be. And that is how simple this is to make using just 2 simple dies. This one and this one for the thing. And you don't even have to do that. You can just use this and not have to cut the insides to insert the pictures. You can just make page after page after page. And this is a nice little brag book that you can put in your purse, or just fill it up with all those pictures that you have laying around, all those pictures that are in your camera. You need to start printing those and print them out. So here you go. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I will have the links below where you can get this one die. Thank you so much for sending that to me so that I could review it for you. I appreciate it. And that's it. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, y'all.